everybody. It is Thursday. I know it's a day before I normally do this, these videos. Schedule changed, but I'm here. I'm back. So my name is Ryan Stacey. I'm a citizen journalist, an active Canadian ufologist, and a private investigator for the Experiencer Support Association. If you guys are new to these videos, I do these videos at lunchtime, normally on Fridays. I think it's going to be Thursdays now, which I'm letting you guys know now. I'll be doing these Mondays and Thursdays, just to change a new work schedule. So I've been away for a little bit, have some things coming and going. Nobody's on the chat right now, probably because I'm off schedule. I apologize. So I'm just gonna, you guys should be getting a notification relatively soon that I am live. I am just going to do the video, assuming you're all here. If you're not here and catching this on the replay, please remember that I've changed the time to Thursdays. I apologize. Thursdays at lunchtime. Still the same thing. Mondays and Thursdays. So if you are watching this, I see, what do we got here? We got somebody hanging out on my Facebook page. Send a comment so I know you're here. If you have any questions, ask those. If not, then we'll go. So I got lots to talk about, lots to share. So I'm just going to share my screen right now and go from there. So you guys do pop in, say hello, and whatnot. Let's go. Let's get into it. It's been a while. So just I was doing some updates on the website. So I'm going to bring these up in real time as I go through them. Come on now. How are you guys, by the way? If you guys are tuning in, I'd like to know how your week has been. And we'll go from there. Okay. So we got lots to talk about. A shit ton to talk about. Where are we? Okay, so let's go back. We're going to go back to August 19th. Wow. Yeah. So I'm going to open the link here. And share that with you guys. All right.
My job is to make college easier because students have a lot on them.
Hey, everybody. Okay, so what was placed while I was gone was the original episode of the Citizen Paranormal Report. So this is something that I've done in the past, which are recorded, trying to figure out how I would bring to life this the citizen journalistic thing. So I created this program called the Citizen Paranormal Report. So what I've done on the 2 Thursdays ago is I re-showed the first episode that I ever done, which was on floats. So if you go to the YouTube channel, click join and subscribe, and you check out this video, which is called "We All Float Down Here." This is a video of my adventure to a float tank, and my thoughts before I went in, and my thoughts on when I came out. So put that video together to show you guys what that was all about. So you want to check that out as well. So let me get into another one here. Also, what else did I do? Oh yeah, this one was pretty cool. So before I left, I posted this, and what this shows is that this came from an experiencer. So what has happened is when I did an experiencer report, we asked who refers them, and in the referral process, they wrote the Canadian Space Agency, so CSA. And then I had asked, do you have any proof of that? Do you have an email or anything like that? And this was a copy of the email that they sent me, that the experiencer sent me. So this was sent from the Canadian Space Agency to the experiencer. So I thought it was very cool to post and to share that the Canadian Space Agency, They claim, please note that the CSA does not keep track of UFO sightings. Consult the following resources, and Tessacan is listed here. So I just want to shout out to the Canadian Space Agency. If you are paying attention, probably not, but maybe if I'm doxxed or something like that, who knows? But thanks for referring us, and we appreciate that. And that experience here is happy for the referral. So thank you so much. All right. If you are watching, please say hello. I know that you're here. Okay. Story behind. Yes. So Tessacan.org. So in our publications, you on our website, go to the front page. We have a bunch of posts here that you can see at the beginning, but also if you go to The Impossible Truth under Citizen Journalism, I reposted my article that I wrote a while ago explaining the ultra-spectrum classification system. So this is finalized. It's all here for review, as well as the origin story behind the creation of the ultra-spectrum. This was originally posted on UAP Research, but Joel has had a change in direction on his experience, so he's no longer focusing on ufology directly. Mainly, he's been awakened to the problems that we have in ufology, and he just no longer wants to associate with that. So that site's been shut down, but I recycled that, and I put that post here. It's an origin story to show where I've been, where I'm from, why I've recreated the classification system, to explain to all the academics that it is broken, what the solution is, where I'm coming from, who I was in the past. So I used to be in a band back in the day, my work with MUFON, all that stuff is here in this post. And then the talk about creating Tessa and the ultra spectrum classification system, which breaks it down in detail onto what it means and how we're supposed to use it. So that is all there. And we have testimony too from Paul Hynek as well, who is the son of Ellen Hynek as well, and a video testimony as well from the guys from MUFON. And it looks like the video, yeah, right here, this little link, right there. I'm just making a note here, change the hyperlink tags to colors. Okay. So that's out there. Check that out. I'm going to put that in the comment section here for you guys right now, so you guys can do that. There you go. That's for you guys too. I do apologize for the shift in time. So you got one's on YouTube, one is on Facebook too. So please say hello if you're here. All right, let's get into the next post. All right, so YouTube short. You know what? Let me see if I can do something here. Yeah, let's just do this for right now. Okay, so the YouTube short right here. If I click that. What up, YouTube? YouTube members, how you guys doing? I promised you guys I would do videos for you in replacement to my lunchtime videos. I just want to let you know I am filming an episode of the Citizen Paranormal Report for season 2. I am currently on the Ottawa River to the right. So, sorry, left, yeah, to the right of me, which is you left on the video. Over here is Canadian Forces North Bay, which will lead to the underground complex. To the left over here is Canadian Forces Rockcliffe. You follow the river. There's quite the distance in between where we are, and directly behind me is Quebec. So if any of you guys are any French Quebecs in the audience or on the members, hello from Ontario, bonjour, bonjour. That's my French for you guys. But I hope you guys are having a great time. I am exploring lots of content, lots of things, lots of writing, lots of research, and boots on the ground. So yeah, all right, guys, have a good day. So YouTube Shorts, it's on our channel as well. Okay, so this is something else that I'm trying to do while I'm out and about, and I try to share that stuff with you guys too. What I did is I actually went and put boots on the ground, and I checked out all these locations that I could in order to tracking a specific UFO case that was reported. So you can check that out on the YouTube as well. Sorry, I'm in a different window here. One second. Trying to make this easier because, all right, so this video here, same idea. I was in Deep River, checking out a possible UFO report. This one, and then this one here, this thing here, this moment right here is the most interesting moment of my entire life as a ufologist. So when I went to Canadian Forces North Bay, I had in my hands right there an actual military police report that was retrieved through Freedom of Information request from Daniel Otis, which is a journalist. And he was telling the story about a UFO event that had occurred at Canadian Forces North Bay. So what I had done, since it was in the area of where I was, so I drove out to the base. The base does allow visitors with permission. So I got permission to tour the base. I also went to the military store that's there. And I retraced the steps of this report. And when I retraced the steps of the report, it led me to a fence that said restricted access. Now, the signs entering into the base said that we may be subjected to search at any time, but it didn't say anything about not videotaping or not taking pictures. So I started videotaping the restricted access area, but I knew damn well that had I done this, the military police would have come out. And I did this deliberately because this is a military police investigation report about a UFO back in 2007. Yeah, so I wanted to get questions answered about what was inside there and all that other stuff. So I got that explanation on video. I was detained for probably 15 minutes or so while they were checking to see if I was a terrorist and all these other things. I have a lot of video footage about all those things, and I'm going to be putting together an article and posting that. Now, that's going to be the new episode of the Citizen Paranormal Report. There's still a few other Citizen Paranormal Report episodes that I'm going to be posting prior to that. But this particular episode is going to be available for YouTube members only on the unclassified tier. But I will write a blog. I will write a report for you guys to read about what actually happened, what evidence I found, and how I'm linking it all together. So you can read that article, and it will link to the video. And if you're a YouTube member, so if you just got to head over to YouTube. Let me see here if I can bring this up. So I'll just show you as an example. So the Experience Your Support Association on YouTube. When you hit that join button and subscribe, you'll be able to, for the unclassified tier. Hello, Chantel. Hello, Steve. There we go. We got our people back. Took a while. 15 minutes. It's okay. Good to see you guys. Glad you guys are here. I changed the day. I hope I didn't screw that up for many of you, but I need to in order to adjust to this new schedule. All right, so let's get back into my Facebook. Pit stop in India. So this one, all right, yeah. So that's the episode number 2 of the Citizen Paranormal Report, which is right here.
Start your online store with Shopify, the e-commerce platform that comes with all the features to run, manage, and grow your business. All just for August.
So this particular video here, I check out this Hindu, Buddha type temple in Toronto, and I kind of walk you guys through that experience as well. So that was something I also have done in the past, and again, I'm really happy that I was able to film and do some more to create more of these citizen journalistic type of videos for you guys. The whole idea of it is to put boots on the ground, observe this stuff with a little bit of evidence, and talk back to you to show you guys, especially those who can't travel or are unable to get to these places. Just kind of want to show you some of the things that are in our area that are relating to everything that we do with Tessa. That was the whole idea at the time when I started this. However, it was more so awareness for MUFON, not with MUFON anymore. But I want to bring this series back under a whole new perspective. And that's where the first episode for the season 2 or the next phase or the reboot, whatever we want to call it, again, is only going to be for you YouTube members. So if you're not a YouTube member, please join the unclassified tier, $4.99 a month. We'll get you that, and I'm going to do a whole bunch more videos in that perspective. You're going to see me almost arrested. It's got to be worth $5. And you get so much more. Steve says the temple looks amazing. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen this video, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get video inside. But I was able to explain that at the end of the video as well. If you've been there, you know exactly what it's like. It's an absolutely amazing place to be. In other news, too, Tim the Demon Guy Morrison has made himself a little video on his page, which I haven't shared yet. I have to upload that to YouTube. But he did himself a little doodly on possession and stuff. So you can check that out on his Facebook page. I'll show you right here. Or our YouTube channel, which I'll upload soon. So shout out to Tim the Demon Guy Morrison for putting that together. So his Facebook page, let me show you here. That's Tim the Demon Guy. So you want to check him out there. Okay. Good job, Timmy. Moonlight. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Chantel. Well, that's what you said. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Where are we now? Okay, what's next? What happened? I posted that YouTube short that I am back. So for those of you who haven't seen that yet, that's just me saying I'm back and I'm ready to screw things up, fuck things up, however you want me to say it. First thing I did when I came back is I cleaned up my office and organized things the way that I want it, because I got some film projects in the works. So this is the long room, which is like directly behind me here, the long studio with all these lights, the green screen set up for interviews. So this is ready to go. So I just want to let you guys know about that. Also, I have the UFO report set up to indicate me on my watch. I have a very intricate Army smartwatch that I'm using. And I was happy to see that in real time, the UFO report came in wherever I was, and I knew about it, and then I was able to go and process that quicker and sooner. So almost like like a bat signal. I was like, gotta go, right? UFO reports. I thought that was really cool, and I also cleaned the side room, which I moved. I don't have 2 drum sets. I have one. I just moved it in the other one as I was cleaning. This is now the sound room. So the sound room is very important for many, many things. We film things, but we also need to do the sound. This is where we listen while we're doing the recording, but it's also going to be the room where EVPs, if we can't collect any evidence, we need to listen to it. We need to have that room, that environment where we can do all the editing and whatnot, all that. So that is now built. That is now in place. I've taken my guitar out of the bag, which is the first time in probably, oh Christ, I'm going to say 7 years. The first time I've taken that guitar out of that bag. It's dusty. It's still strung. I haven't played it yet. But now that it's there and it's accessible, once I start playing it again, maybe we'll add some new music to it. But that's the start. I got the room all set up. And maybe I'll make some music for our videos as well. And then Experiencers Anonymous. The next one, September the 18th, 2021. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, do that now. You click this link on my page, or you can go directly to Eventbrite. Click that, buy your ticket. It's free. And your next one is September 18th. If you haven't been to Experiencers Anonymous, that's for you who's an experiencer to go and anonymously talk about your experiences, either after you report it or before you report, or to get to know what TESS is about, to find out if you really need it, what kind of support is available, and all those other things. Private, confidential, once a month. We might be boosting that up to twice a month at some point. However, it's there. September 18th. Put that in your calendar. That is the next one. That is for you. If you're an experiencer, Chantel and Tim, the Demon Guy Morrison, will be there. Perhaps Serena Draces in the future. We have talked about that as well. And speaking of that, if anybody is listening that are on the new part, we have an onboarding program that we're about to launch. We're about to try. We're about to pilot. We have a group of new volunteers that are about to join the team, pending they check their emails this afternoon, because I'll be sending you the volunteer agreements. And if you sign those, and then we can get the process started with announcements and all that other stuff too, to bring you guys onto the team. So I don't want to mention that now. We mentioned Serena. She's in the progress at this point too. I guess Christopher Keach, he's one. Kevin McDougall, he's one. There's two of my other staff members, Kevin Halligan and Corey Smith. They may also volunteer for TESS as well. And once we onboard them, meaning have that meeting and talk about how they can help us grow, there's going to be so much more that's going to come for the experiencers, and there's going to be more volunteers that are going to be helping, and then we're going to expand. And I'm going to have more people to talk about and more people to help. And what does that mean? Well, I just might not be doing this lunchtime video twice a week. I might just do it once a week because I gotta dedicate resources elsewhere. But we got to do what I can do to spread the mission, to spread the word, and to get everything going. But that is consistent on our volunteers, and I need to figure out what direction it is that they want to drive this TESS bus, and figure it out. Meanwhile, Tim and I are going to be taking a back seat, focusing on investigations and getting that up so we can build the academy. The academy platform and everything is done. The plan, the brainstorming, everything that we want to do, it's all been done. It's all been checked. We just got to do it. And so a lot of that stuff is in the works. Okay. So shout out to all you guys. And if you want to volunteer, just reach out. Head over to the website. Sorry, I don't like using that website, but head over to the website, tessacan.org, right? Click join our team and become a volunteer. That's it. It's easy. All right, click that, fill it out. These guys did. We're going through the process. It's a long process, but it's to make sure that everybody understands each other. We're doing it all for the right reasons. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? And whatnot. Okay, the more volunteers we have, the more mission, the more we can do. We just want to know what you want to do, and we'll build a job for you. And I have a couple ideas for these ones, but I'm just waiting to see what they want to do, and then we'll go from there. All right, what's next? What is next? Go back in here. Oh yes. Okay. So I started posting a bunch of reports on the website. So I'll go through that at the end. And I texted Justin Trudeau yesterday. He did a campaign where he wanted people to text him his problems and our problems and concerns and questions, because there's an election coming up. I took actually, you know what? I'll just show you that video. I'll show you it right now.
Hey everybody, check this out. So Mr. Trudeau there has provided a text me campaign. He's got his phone number there. What he wants is everyone to text him and present their problems and their issues and their questions, because there is a political campaign coming up. So I'm going to do that right now. I'll show you. Okay, so I said, hello, Justin. What is Canada's position on the USA's DNI report on unidentified aerial phenomenon that can't be explained? I'll fix that at this time. I want to know if Canada is in danger or threatened by these objects. Do you know what they are? Are we in danger? Playing the emotional card might actually get me a response, but it's probably automated. Let's see what happens.
what exactly happened was it gave me an automated message. So what it is not actually Justin Trudeau's personal cell phone, but it's a cell phone for his campaign. And that led to a link, and the link that you fill that out so that way it puts you on a list for this political campaign where he says he's going to answer these questions. So it's clearly not him monitoring it, but it's in the question field. So I would suggest if anybody else is interested in Disclosure in Canada, to text that number as well. Why not get those questions answered? I have a plan in place with a couple politicians that are in my local riding that are looking for votes right now. And I think I might put some leverage on there and say, I'm deciding between liberal and conservative right now. It really depends on who's going to declassify UFOs. So I do have a little bit of a plan. Our election is a short one. It's only 36 days. It's a quick one. All these other things. But I do have some ideas in place that I think Tim and I will perhaps push that envelope a little bit to see what we can get. It's an opportunity. Why not? And everything's fresh in the news, and see what we can get. So that's in the plan. That's in the works. Also, the Canadian Space Agency. I can't stress enough on how supportive they are with their disclosure. They're not really disclosing, not really hiding anything. They don't keep track, but they do refer. So, like I said, they do refer us. So they don't necessarily handle those cases. I think they refer to other people as well. I'm not quite sure. On that list, it only listed us in that particular moment with that particular experiencer. Some people might be added to the list, or maybe they're separate lists. I don't know. I think to date we've gotten eight requests that I've tracked so far that came directly from the Canadian Space Agency, and that doesn't mean that we're working together. They just simply know that we exist, and people report to them, and they're happy to have a filter to send that to, and I'm really grateful for that. And with that, we have this working relationship where I'm able to informally ask for information, and if it exists, they're providing it to me. So, as an example, this is further to your informal request, which basically wasn't through ATIP. It was just simply an ATIP was done. It got it. I wasn't specific, so then I had to be more specific so they could find what I was looking for, and then they found what I was looking for, and that was in order to obtain a copy of the records in response to information about unidentified flying objects. UFO, military, and public witness cases reports, physical trace landing reports, and radar reports. So that's why I had to be specific. For the period between March 1st, 1989 and March 1st to 2021. So I had to give them a specific deadline. I had to give them specific things that I was looking for so they could do keyword searches. And as a result, where is it? I received 2 reports, one consisting of 105 pages, and the other one consisting of 176 pages. So those did that digital file. Let me see here. It's still on my desktop right now. That's that. Yeah. So here it is right here. So I'll just scroll through it right here. So I have it. What is that? Ooh, that's from the Canadian Space Agency. Would you look at that? What is that? That is in context, more than likely. More than likely. So I'll be going through that, and I will be posting it to our website as soon as I can in the proper order and procedure based on how we are investigating the phenomenon. And that brings us up to speed to the live thing. So now what I want to share with you guys, if you guys haven't joined the channel, click join. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay, that's how we pay the bills. And that's how we're able to do what we do. And it's how you'll be able to see additional and bonus content. Okay. So what I also want to convey here on our website is these new posts. So what I've done, let me see here. So ways that you can see the posts. If you go to testacan.org, you can see everything on the front page. This is the reporting system right here. And then our recent posts are here. You click more posts. Or you can go to projects, publications. You can search citizen journalism, go the impossible truth, click that. and then you can click your categories based on what you're looking for. All right, government documents, all these things, and they're all here. So where are we here? So I posted quite a bit on August 31st. So let me just show you what I did. And then it's lunchtime. So this is a KDOR's report, sensory display aerial activity of an event that happened in Quebec City. So this is the flight log, a secret document that was provided. And it happened at Lake St. Charles. Resident in Quebec reported an event regarding an unidentified flying object. And then it's been transcribed below. Okay. 3 bright lights stationary in the sky above Quebec City. So that is a response, military response to that sighting. Oh, good question. We have a question here. Hello. Oh, Lisa. I got my proofreader book. It looks beautiful. Awesome. So it's almost being published. Good. I hope you enjoy that. Huge time range. Lots of data. Yeah. Yes, sir. Lots of data. And they didn't, they just gave it to me. So what am I going to do? I got to go through it, right? I got to make sense of it. Moonlight. Help me understand what ATIP and not ATIP. Yeah. So ATIP is the access to information. Access to Information and Privacy Act. We also call that Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. But in Canada, it's always been ATIP, always. Now the AATIP is that Advanced Aerospace Technological whatever bullshit that the United States program has. I'm going to have to Google that because I really don't follow it. ATIP program. Yeah, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATIP. I don't know why, it's kind of removed Canada from the equation, but it's always been ATIP for us. Now I'm forced to use the word FOIA. Let me access to information. So ATIP request, here's a magic link that I use. If it'll work. No, it's not going to work. But anyways, it's an ATIP request for us. ATIP for you Americans is something completely different. To bring us together, it's a FOIA. It's a Freedom of Information and Access to Information request. Basically, to sum it all up, it's a civilian portal where we're able to ask the government to release information through the public after it's been declassified. And in order to do that, you have to know exactly when it happened. You have to know that the records exist, and you have to talk to the right department at the right time and ask for that. And that requires research, that requires investigation, and then it requires a relationship. So a lot of people have made requests in the past and got no records found, but then they've given up, or they might be a little bit of aggressive. I've developed a rapport where I have contacts within that don't necessarily give me special privileges. However, I'm able to confirm that my report's been received and whether or not I'm going to get a response ahead of time. Other than that, I get the documents, and then it is what it is. So they know what I do. They know what I'm going to do with it. And I trust that the Canadian Space Agency wouldn't release a bunch of information to me, or the Department of National Defense wouldn't release that information if they didn't want it to go public. I'm not the only one doing Freedom of Information requests. Daniel Otis is also doing that himself as well, to write his reports or articles as well. Occasionally, we may come across the same document for different requests, so they don't necessarily. We've actually found out that we're asking for the same documents at different times, and we've learned that it's very good to understand that the government doesn't actually tell us that. They just give us the information to whoever asks for it, and then whether or not it's going up. And that's kind of a huge deal, because there's a story that's being written right now that's about that kind of process, and where people get access to the information when they request it, but they're not actually doing anything with it. And that's why when I go through this process, I'm putting it on the website and I'm breaking it down to the location data and all that other stuff. I'm doing something with it. Yes, it's on the website. You can grab it. You can take it and write a story about it, write a book with it. That's what everybody's doing. But also there's more with the timeline and the finding out exactly where these events took place, recreating the events. There's so much more work that's being done on this website than just posting the documents for you to retrieve. Okay. So let's go on here. The other document that is here. So Century Display, Lake Saint Francois, Quebec, Canada, April 22nd, 2013. A citizen called the FIC to report a possible unidentified flying object in the vicinity of Lake Saint Francois in Cornwall. The information was sent to NORAD by the shift manager of the Montreal ACC. So this is the flight log of that event in which they did respond. Military did respond to that request, and they learned that approximately at 01:20 Zulu time, 8 pulsating lights, yellow, green, and red, rotating around a stationary red light was observed in the night sky around the constellation Orion over St. Lake Francois. The altitude was reported to be approximately 40,000 above the aircraft flying underneath. So that was reported by the witness report from the pilot. So it doesn't explain whether they found it or they intercepted it or whether or not they saw it. It just simply shows that the government has responded to a request from a pilot, and that's good to know. It's good to know that our government is responding. We might not actually learn what it is they're responding to, not yet. But the fact is that there is a measure in place that allows us. At least we know that they're responding. I'm happy with that. I'd be more concerned if something like that in the sky was reported and nobody did anything about it. And when I get reports like that too, I mean, sometimes things like that could be explained, and we don't get that explanation. And then we got to remember not to speculate. Okay. So this one here, aerial activity, Grovedale, Alberta, Canada, December 18, 2016. Oh. That document isn't working. I'm going to have to fix that. I will fix that. Anyways, the description of the craft down here is that reports a UFO sighting in the position. There's the coordinates in Vancouver. No flights of drones in the area, and no description of the UFO from the pilot at this time. So I'll have to fix that. I didn't know that link wasn't working, so I will fix that this afternoon. Other one in Yukon, a flight from New York, John F. Kennedy to Anchorage. A plane reported an object flying sporadically, estimated at flight level 600 or flight level 800, so let's say like 80,000 feet, and moving at Mach 4 and Mach 5, between Mach 4 and Mach 5. Details passed North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, which is where I was detained slightly for a little bit. I had completed an access to information request, blah, blah, blah. So here's the flight log for that. So this explains in detail that they intercepted some sort of machine of whatnot between Mach 4 and Mach 5 that was making constant circles and turns. Info from the Edmonton voice page. So, yeah, interesting. So what was that? All right. So we have evidence of that. We now have evidence that in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, on September 3rd, 2018, there was an email correspondence about a UFO sighting in Charlottetown, PEI, and where that explains is that a citizen saw something fall in the water. So it was investigated. Nothing was found. So it could have been anything. It could have been debris from space. It could have been nothing. It could have been a hoax. But what's interesting about this document, it was classified or categorized as a UFO sighting. And UFO simply means unidentified flying object. And a lot of people aren't remembering that when they say UFO, that it could be a normal thing, right? It could be a satellite. Now, that's where the UAP comes in, unidentified aerial phenomenon. With that phenomenon being something that can't be explained, that kind of leans toward weather phenomenon or natural. Still more, these aren't properly used, but nonetheless, it could still be extraterrestrial origin. We don't know. We don't have enough information. Unknown sighting report, January 17, 2020. This is an access to information report of multiple aircraft reporting 17 to 20 bright lights moving very quickly. So we still get a government response from that. This probably was Starlink, more than likely. However, the document doesn't specify it or not, and it's been redacted. But what we can prove from this is the government did respond to that report from the pilot, or from the multiple aircraft reporting that. And if Starlink was launched and all those other things, January 17th, that's recently, it's more than likely. I haven't dug into it yet, but you guys can. If you guys do and you find out what the answers are, let me know. This information is out for you guys to do whatever it is you want to do with it. It's there. I just haven't got to it yet. The main thing is getting the information out there for anyone who needs it, and so we can talk about it. This one here, July 19th, 2012, in New Westminster, British Columbia. A concerned citizen saw something fall in the water and could neither confirm nor deny having a person on board. So, I see what happened. So this is, here's the report right here. This is actually something different that I have to fix. I have to make a fix there. So what happens sometimes when I'm doing editing on websites, code doesn't get deleted and it does things automatically. So I made a mistake here. This explanation just needs to be changed, but everything here is the same. So I'll read through here. And it says, red star light and blue also flashing off on a zigzag movement in relation to the other star and slow circular motions and silent, persisted by 25 minutes. So what is that? We need to do some further. It doesn't explain what it is. It just explains that's what was reported, and we have confirmation that the government responded to that. Did they intercept? Did they find anything? We don't know that. But they're responding, and they should be responding because these could be threats, misidentified threats from other countries. Okay, this is why I'm not so crazy about this UFO crap in the United States. Because it just seems like a marketing buzz. However, we are expecting a report on the third, sometime at the end of September, to explain to us that unidentified ODNI report, and maybe we'll get more information. But I mean, we got to put more trust in the government. I don't work for the government. I'm not for the government. It's just I'm looking at the evidence, and the evidence. We should trust the government a little bit more with the information. What's happening here is I'm asking, they're giving me information, they're redacting some stuff. Why? Because it may not be relevant. It might have to do with another mission, because these are also flight logs of a 24-hour period. So there's other things that they did that I didn't ask for. And that's what's being redacted. But it's hard to tell whether or not they're redacting more information about that UFO sighting, or not, but that's where the speculation comes in. So we must assume that that's the evidence. If we assume that the evidence that they give us is enough, there's actually a lot more information in detail in here, and I explain that in my book, the Canadian Current Event Survey. Which you can get on Amazon. I'll show you that at the end as well, which I take little bits of information, which journalists are like, oh, okay, I can speculate on this. And I actually take that information and show you how to follow the leads and how to get more information from that, because the words mean more things if you know what to look for. And then the last one, two orange star-shaped objects around 200 to 300 feet above the ground and about 15 nautical meters away, hovering above the ground. The lights turn on and off, no sound. So what is that? What is that? Don't know. What's important to know is these documents were also first made public by Daniel Otis in one of his articles. I'm giving him credit. credit for that in one of his articles that he wrote previously. I simply did a Freedom of Information request, got the same documents, didn't know they were his, not necessarily his, didn't know that he published them previously until I posted it. And sometimes that happens. You know what? It doesn't really matter who gets the information out there. We want this information to be public. If I put a document out and he writes a report on it, then give me a little bit of credit. That's the professionalism that we're kind of looking for in this field. Doesn't always happen. A lot of dirtbag journalists out there, and it's just the way that the cookie crumbles. So I have a lot of information. I'm going to be putting it out now. I'm not waiting. I got a timeline to work through, and that pretty well wraps it up. So what am I going to do with this information this afternoon? Well, I'm going to add it, the locations. Where are we here? In the investigative portal. So what you'll see is you'll see those events added to the database here. So then you can actually see where those events are happening in relation to other events that's been reported to TESA. I will also add that same those events to our timeline. Sorry. To our timeline here. And then we'll start to see those dates and how they line up with other things that I've added to our website. Okay, that's very important to understand the time as well. And we'll also be taking those reports and adding them to our points of interest, in which certain names and locations happen to be mentioned. So I'm keeping track of all the people and all the parties involved, all the places, all the locations to get a fact check what's going on. So all those resources are available to anyone on the investigative portal. All I ask is you give us credit. If you get it from us. It's just a different way of thinking, same information. But when you start to add, documents to specific employees, we get an idea of last names and places like that. So if any of you guys, if there's a McWilliams out there, and you're the great grandfather of these people back in the military, I want to talk to you because you might have something like passed down to you. Objects, projects. These are all the people associated with these projects. I can tell you right now that this guy's dead, but his family still lives. These are very important things when I'm doing my interviews. Is I'm not necessarily there's not a dead link. You just got to know where to look. All right, that's all available for you guys on the website. I'm just telling you that little free information. If you guys want to learn how to dig into this deeper, you can do that. But if you do that, let me know so that we can add it to the website, give you credit where it's due, work on another lead. All the things that I'm doing is private. Why? Because it's I'm not in this to for fame or fortune. Oh yeah, well, but I am trying to raise money for the Experiencer Support Association. So when you become a member of the YouTube, that earnings goes back to the associations to help compensate the volunteers that are donating their time, as well for any expenses that may occur on their end for what they're doing. Also, my book, when you purchase that, the proceeds so you click that link, click buy now, it'll bring you right to Amazon. Okay, it's right here. You can get the Kindle edition, that's fine. Right? If you want to do that on your phone, on your tablet, that's fine. It's much cheaper because you don't have to purchase, we don't have to print the paper. Any profit that comes from that goes back into the organization, goes into a pool, goes back to helping experiencers. What I'm hoping to do when I raise the money is cover expenses for the volunteers or perhaps send some experiencers from our ultraspectrum report to a float or to regression or to some sort of therapy of some sort. Maybe we'll cover the cost, so that's what we're putting the money together. That's what we're trying to do with the resources. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just browse the stuff on the website. Share the pages. The website's monetized. YouTube is monetized. Every time you see an ad, watch it. That helps. All that stuff helps. We don't need it. We're not. We don't need the funds to do what we do. What we want to do is create a bank of some sort of funds and use those and give it back to the experiencers. And how do we do that? Well, we'll worry about that when we get there. So for those of you who are on YouTube, those that are contributing, thank you, because you are part of this, and you get to direct what we want to do. And you are the reason why we're able to move forward. And you are the reason why the experiencers are getting the experience that they need, that they deserve through the reporting system. So thank you for that. And if you're not, that's okay. You're watching, you're sharing this, share, like, subscribe, do all those things. And that's how you do it. All right. Okay, good. Chantel and Kevin, you guys are talking via email. That's great. I'm going to be sending. I'll have admin send the volunteer agreements out later this afternoon when I get in. Steve, thank you, sir. The book was beautifully produced. I appreciate that. Also, Kevin, you gave me some private messages about your thoughts on the book. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's there. I got another one in development for you guys as well. And we'll see where we go. So lunchtime videos are back. Okay. Thursday. Okay. Serena, hey, Serena, nice to see you. The podcast, no podcast tonight. I will be releasing another video of Citizen Paranormal Report number 3. I think that is a CE5. I can't remember. I gotta check it in the order. After that, the next following 3 weeks, I am booked for podcasts. I believe I'm booked up until the end of October. So what might happen is on Mondays, I might release a Citizen Paranormal video to get the old ones out while I'm filming the new one. I might use that placeholder. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll still be doing this video on Thursdays. Okay, the Thursday will be the constant. But I'll try and do a video on Monday if I can as well. I'm busy now. Not that I can't do it. It's just I got to do the data part. So I have to shift my schedule apart. So I'm giving you a little bit of my time, but I can't give you more. So make sure you tune in, ask your questions, report, do all those things that you need to do. And once we get the volunteers on board, then maybe they can help you quicker, and they can help facilitate and do all these other things. I got plans. However, we have to bring them on board. We have to have them meet each other, and then we have to brainstorm on how we would work logistically based on everyone's schedules, because they're volunteers, and based on their time zones, because they're from different places from all over the world. And we have to find a way that can work. And once we figure that out, we're laughing because we haven't done that yet. We haven't put those parameters in place. I knew these would happen. We just didn't have a group that we needed to do it for. Now that we have it, and once we figure that out, what works and what makes sense. I'm just saying this because I know they're watching. A few of them are here. Once we figure out what works for that test group collectively, when we have the challenges of time zones, we have the challenges of different beliefs and different perspectives and different strengths and experts and all that other stuff. Once we figure out how to make that work as a team, then it'll go like wildfire, because it doesn't matter who we add to the team afterwards, because we have all these parameters in place, how to communicate with each other, how to protect the information, how to market, how to do all those other things to make the message grow, all those things. We need help with, but they also need training, and there's things like that too. So I am writing an onboarding book for that as well. And for those of you guys who volunteered a long time ago, this process is taking long. I apologize for that. It's just because we've had a lot of people volunteer, but they weren't as serious as you guys. And now that we know you're serious, and now we know that you're going to carry this torch and that you're ready and you're ready to go, I'm inspired to create this opportunity. But in order to do that, I need feedback from you guys, which Chantel will facilitate. So if you guys are communicating with Chantel, continue to communicate with Chantel. She's asking questions as proxy for me and for Tim, so we know what we need to do on our end. And if you're not a volunteer, consider volunteering. You know, I mean, you tell us what you want to do, tell us your idea, and we'll connect you with the people already doing that idea and work together with them. Or if it's a new idea and it's going to help the people and it's going to help get awareness of Tessa and the YouTube and the website and the reporting system, we'll give credit for where it's due and we'll help you. All right, we're talking about these individuals already, and they haven't even started yet. The very fact that they stood up and they said, "I want to be a part of it," and I said, "Make a report," and they made the report. They've gone through the process, and they're still here. That says a lot about their character. It says a lot about their personality, and then all that stuff gets weeded out. What they do moving forward, you know, it's up to them. It's really up to them. You know, every time they refer Tessa. Then we know that Tessa is good for that individual, right? And that's all we need. That's it. And you can do that right now by clicking like subscribing to YouTube, sharing, whatever you need to do, any of the videos. So that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes in the sky, everybody. Watch the world. Eat the world.